Everyone, so I'm filming my update for That So 2000s Project Pan. This was made by Sam from First Time Panner. I think this is maybe the second or third year that's being done. This is my first year doing it. I started in May, actually a month after the other ladies did, but I've been really enjoying all the prompts and all the products that I've been pulling in. So this time around, I'm actually rolling out all 5 of my previous products and bringing in my next 5. So let's jump into it. So the first one from last time I got was, or the first prompt I got from last time was VHS. So something that winds up, and I chose my Rare Beauty lip liner, which is a wind up lip liner. So I challenged myself to use it 5 times, and this is all that I have left now. So I'll probably be pulling this out back in the fall. This is more fall color for me, but this is a really good mixer and goes well with a lot of my other lip products. The next prompt I got was Mean Girls, which is something pink, of course, if you know from the movie. And I chose a shade from my lip palette, cream blush palette, and I chose this shade that was actually in here. So now it's empty. I used that up. It was the NARS Rakugan lip stick, I think, and I just challenged myself to use it up, and I managed to do it within the month. So really happy with that. Now moving on to other shades in the palette as well. So the next prompt I got is Pillow Pet, which is like a multi-purpose product. So I ended up pulling out my old mascara to use as brow mascara, and it worked really well. I challenged myself to use it 15 times. I met that goal, and now retiring it. So as you can see, lots of windowing, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let it go. The next prompt I got was Just Dance, which is something that you could like wear out, special occasion type thing, and I chose my MAC Sweeter Cinnamon lipstick. Super pretty. Swatch it for you guys. I have tons of other swatches, so let me, yeah, it's kind of like a much more like a dark, like a very wear, for me at least, it's a very like wearable red. Now, I know it comes off red, but it really just comes off this color. So much more wearable for me. Really enjoyed this. Continue just like, especially this summer while it's nice for my coloring right now, I just continue to reach for it, which has been awesome. The next prompt I got was Dolores Book of Greek Myths, which was new to me. I studied some Greek myths in school, but like didn't really end up getting too deep into it. But basically I was thinking like, oh, like Greek gods and goddesses wore a lot of white. There's an image on the front of the book that was white, so I just picked up something white in my collection, and I challenged myself to use it the whole month. This is the MAC mixing medium, and I probably started closer to the top, of course, and then was able to use it down to this like 15 milliliter mark right here. So this isn't white. It's not a white mixer. It's just kind of like a translucent mixer to kind of sheer out products, and really nice for products that I think are too high coverage or anything like that. So those are the 5 that are rolling out. The 5 that I'm rolling in, I just randomized through my AI generator. Just a word of caution, if you ever use AI generators for prompt-based projects, is it'll start coming up with prompts of its own, especially if you're not very specific with your prompt. In the past, I just said, since it's a thread for me, I just said choose the next 5 prompts, and this time around it came up with some prompts that I wasn't familiar with, so I searched them up and they weren't even part of the original list that Sam made. So I think it's trying to learn, but it's not doing what I wanted to do, so I had to be more specific in my prompt, and now I have 5 prompts that I haven't seen before and are part of Sam's list. Okay, so the first prompt I got is Bratz doll, so something that exaggerates your features. And for me, I love my eyelashes. Once I curl them, you can actually see them. And so I need to use a mascara with them to hold them up. So I'm gonna be using this Maybelline Rocket Mascara, and I'm gonna, I already wrote it down. I went ahead and chose the products and the prompts and the usage goals already. I'm gonna use this for a month. I'll probably be, when it comes to like, once I open a component like this, I really only like to use it for 3 or 4 months maximum. I have a number of trips coming up between now and the fall, so I think I'll have it open until the last of those planned trips, and then I'll probably be retiring this component, but I decanted 2/3 of this already into a pot that I'm hoping I'll use throughout the next year, which is much more sanitary. So, but yes, I enjoyed this so far. I've only opened this, I've only used this like twice, I think, but I've enjoyed it so far. And I'm gonna, for this project, once I use it for a month, I'll roll it out. So that's that prompt there. Next prompt I got is Cheetah Girls, so anything with an animal print. I didn't really grow up with the Cheetah Girls. Like I heard of them, but I didn't like follow them, I guess. But yeah, I chose this product. It is something with a pattern on it because I don't actually have anything with an animal print in my collection, but I feel like the print on the inside and the marbling gives me some sort of zebra animal vibe-ish type things. This is like a bronzer shade essentially from MAC. It's from like their Electric Wonder line, which they don't have anymore, but I swatched it right here. As you can see, it's like kind of bronzy on me, kind of blushy on me. I could probably pull it as a blush with my coloring now, but usually the rest of the year it's definitely more of a bronzer tone. Um, so I'm challenging myself to use this 10 times just to see how I like it. I really don't reach for this much anymore since I'm focusing on other products. Next prompt I got is iPod Shuffle, which is like random collection, whole collection roulette. I did grow up with an iPod Nano, I think. No, iPod Mini. I didn't have a Nano. But otherwise, we weren't really an Apple family. I think I got it because of the hype, and my aunt and uncle got one for me because they're Apple users. And yeah, that was fun. I had a few songs on it, and that's about it. Otherwise, nowadays, I'm still very much Android user PC. So that's the type of um, devices I use, if you're curious. So I don't have all of my products listed on a spreadsheet, which I know some ladies do, but I just kind of just chose something random that I don't reach for. And I ended up choosing this YSL primer. It's the one with like the gold flakes in it. It's like a sample that I got from Sephora. It's a very standard silicone primer and it has a scent to it otherwise. So I don't actually typically use this as a primer. I tend to use it as a mixer for like my cream bronzer contours actually. So I just challenged myself to use this in a Franken within the next month, as well as just use it 2 times as it is, even though I don't like to, but I'll challenge myself to do it 2 times as it is just to use it because it's a nice product, but I think otherwise in its utility, it's not very useful to me as a primer. So that's that. The next one is low-rise pants. Did I ever get into low-rise pants or low-rise jeans? Not really. I mean, I feel like definitely I still had to make sure I had a belt with a lot of my jeans. So if that says anything. Um, I much prefer high rise something, but even those are hard to find that like fit my body type very well. So I ended up the prompt itself was low rise jeans, something that's not really flattering. So I don't really have anything that's super not flattering in my collection other than like a red lipstick, but I don't really feel like challenge myself to that. I often franken anything that I see is not flattering like almost immediately. But one shade that I am having trouble with right now is this top shade right here. It's pulling off like very bright pink for me. I already swatched it over here, but I'll swatch it one more time. Yeah, but it's like pulling off very bright pink for me, especially in with my skin tone right now. So I challenged myself to hit pan on it, which is a pretty big goal for something that I don't find super flattering. But I'm hoping to figure out, especially a mix with these other shades or even something else, just to like make it work. Because I'm gonna have to hit pan and finish it at some point now that I've put it in this palette. That's kind of the point of this palette. Once I put something in here, I have to like dedicate myself to using it up. So that's kind of the goal there. The next prompt that I got is Sims, so something that is customized, and I have plenty of those in my collection if you don't know. I customize so much stuff. This is an eye palette that I made, and I actually have a video on me making this, but I pretty much took all sorts of like graveyard eyeshadows and just like popped them into this pan, kind of just smushed them in there. And I was actually inspired by an Estee Lauder, it's already out of stock, I think it's like Dare to Wear or something like that, Dare to Express, but basically it was also like a panless eyeshadow palette, which was really, really cool and something that yeah, like makes a lot of sense to me, I think. Although it'd be really challenging, I think, to make like in a mass production style. But yeah, it intrigued me, so I just went ahead and made something similar in my own collection. And so I just challenged myself to dip into this 10 times just to kind of get a good feel for it again as I'm working on other eyeshadows too. But yeah, I'm sure I'll probably dip into these for sure and then try to use some of these up as well in the bottom here. So hoping just to see more use in that palette, but that will probably be around in my collection for a long time. So those are my 5 products that I'm pulling in. Mascara, lots of 2 palettes, another bronzer, and then just to kind of see what I can do with this primer. So that's what I am up to this next month. I hope you enjoyed this update, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.